It's not very important for our country, but it's very meaningful for the country on the other side. And I'll let them have that point because it's very important for them. You have 200 countries, more. And I wouldn't want to sit down with 200 people who have to deal the way I do. He was calling me all the time. We want this, we got to have that, But we've made the big ones. We just finished Indonesia. We just finished Japan. They opened up their country. You know, Japan opened up the country. They were totally closed. They opened up to our cars, even to rice. Rice was a big deal. I'd love to see China open up their country. So we're dealing with China right now.
The South Koreans flew to Scotland to meet with me and Ambassador Greer after dinner. I mean, think of how much they really want to get a deal done.
Not sure I really want to do them. You know, you want somebody that knows people being taken out, and the bad ones first. And we're looking at deals with 3 or 4 other countries, but for the most part, you know, I can't get them to understand that it's the letter. We just sent that letter. By those people. If they had anything, I assume they would have released it. Even the enemy says this thing is not correct, because if we had it, we would have used it on the guy. I'm disappointed in President Putin. Very disappointed in him. And I'm going to reduce that 50 days that I gave him to a lesser number, because I think I already know the answer what's going to happen. I'm going to make a new deadline of about 10 or 12 days from today. There's no reason in waiting. There's no reason in waiting. It's 50 days. I want to be generous, but we just don't see any progress being made. With that, the world awaits, and I look forward to...
Vladimir Putin doesn't come to the table to...
Understand, he was getting hit very hard now. Based on common sense, you would think he'd want to make a deal. We'll find out.
Reiterating this new pressure and deadline.
Yeah, we're going to have a, I mean, well, you're the press. I'm reiterating it to you. Yeah, I'd say 10 to 12 days. I'll announce it probably tonight or tomorrow. But there's no reason to wait. If you know what the answer is going to be, why wait? And it would be sanctions and maybe tariffs, secondary tariffs. You know what a secondary tariff is.
You're going to slap a 100% tariff on anybody who does business with Russia?
So what I'm doing is we're going to do secondary sanctions unless we make a deal. And we might make a deal. I don't know. You don't know.
Could a meeting help, and are you considering, has been proposed?
I don't know. I'm not, you know, I'm not so interested in talking anymore. He talks, we have such nice conversations, such respectful and nice conversations, and then people die the following night with a missile going into a town and hitting, I mean, recently, I guess, the nursing home, but they hit other things. Whatever they hit, people die. I know President Putin called me. He wanted to know if I could help him with Iran. I said, no, I don't need your help with Iran. I need your help with Russia. And so that's the one deal that continues to linger.
Do you think he's been lying to you about his intentions?
Well, I don't want to use the word lying. All I know is we'd have a good talk, and it seemed on, let's say, 3 occasions, it seemed that we were going to have a ceasefire and maybe peace, and you divide it up and you do whatever you have to do, that obviously to get to the end. And all of a sudden, missiles are flying into Kiev and other places. And I say, what's that all about? I spoke to him 3-4 hours ago, and it looked like we were on our way, and then I'd say, forget it, and I'm not going to talk anymore. You know, this has happened on too many occasions, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I was very tough on Putin in one way, but we got along very well. And I never really thought this would happen. I thought we'd be able to negotiate something, and maybe that'll still happen, but it's very late down the process. So I'm disappointed. Instead, they spend all their money on war.
Надзвичайно вагома заява президента Трампа. І це правда. Саме Росія робить все, аби зірвати мирні зусилля та затягнути. Росія зважає на санкції, зважає на такі втрати, мир завдяки силі. Україна, як і завжди, готова максимально продуктивно працювати з Америкою, працювати з президентом Трампом.
You know, Russia could be so rich right now. Instead, they spend all their money on war. They spend everything on war and killing people, and it doesn't make sense to me. I thought he would want to end this thing quickly. I really felt it was going to end, but every time I think it's going to end, he kills people. I don't know. I'm not, you know.